how we built ours.
Yeah, and we'll do a Q&A.
Yeah, do it at AMA. Just ask us whatever you want to. I guess we're already on stream. I know because I'm looking at it.
Is the audio live? Are we live? Yes. Oh, we're live.
All right, so we're going to talk about making of the LAN.
Scoot this way a little bit, you're saying.
If you have any questions for us, suggestions for next time, come on up. We're not taking questions yet. And we do have a little last-minute merch to throw out. Slap bracelet. Slap your friends. All right, so, I mean, I think we're starting to get a hang of this. This is our fourth event. Lion has a special tale to tell.
Which one?
Home Depot.
Oh.
This guy, he spent like a month every weekend. You just tell the people.
So early on, I was trying to figure out how we get supplies. We're lacking a lot of infrastructure for our event. Power cables and Ethernet cables, crimpers, power strips. And Home Depot happens to sell a lot of this materials that we could use for our event. I kind of learned at Home Depot from being an Eagle Scout that they actually give out a lot of things to nonprofits. But they usually do it in small donations from each store. Some would be more generous than others. So I ended up actually going to about 26 Home Depots with about a 60% success rate of getting a donation of at least $50. But they do range anywhere from like 25 to 300. It depends on locations, and if it's a corporate donation or a local one. The corporate ones are actually or certificates they'll give you. The local store actually just hand you materials. They'll sometimes actually mark it off when they give it away.
Let's tell the people. I'm going to kind of veer off the presentation here and pull up our inventory list. And I'm going to just show you how many cables it takes to run a LAN, a BYOC. It's crazy.
I don't think this is actually fully up to date either.
All right, so we have 5 100-foot 12-gauge cables, 16 25-foot 12-gauge cables, 8 50-footers, 23 50-footers of a different gauge, 6 75-footers, 48 power strips, 16 tri-taps. So that's just a few of the items. That's just the power backbone of the BYOC. And it weighs a lot.
Yeah, those 100-foot cables are heavy.
I think each box that we have is about like 40 pounds at least of just cables. These are small, like 12-gallon buckets, not anything big.
So what else we want to talk about? So we veered. The past two events we did during the pandemic, right? So we really geared to online and sending things online, like your MS Paint stuff, and we did that in May as well after vaccines rolled out. And we kind of felt we lost a little bit of the community feel in person. So this event, we really put our thumbs on the scale of making sure the in-person was 100%. And not to neglect the online people, which is why we let them have a raffle and whatnot, but you guys are the most important part of the LAN, the people here.
Yeah, and there were still a few contests that online participants could participate in, like the scavenger hunt.
Slap bracelet.
MS Paint tournament and make a meme.
Had some good memes this year.
Yeah. We had really good participation in everything this year.
Next event,
yeah.
April 8th through 10th.
Yeah, look for ticket sales to start. Maybe
Black
Friday
Friday
sale, maybe. Yeah. Who knows?
I'm down for that. Black Friday sale for our LAN party and for April 8th.
So, and definitely keep a lookout. We'll be sending out a survey. Ask your feedback probably in the next week or two.
Yeah, we'll probably hold another town hall. In case y'all don't know, we hold a town hall once a quarter to where just anybody's invited to jump on a Discord chat with us and ask questions and give suggestions.
Yes. We want your feedback so we can make this event better and address any concerns or feedback you have.
We're also looking for more contest ideas or tournaments. If you prefer a different tournament than we've hosted, we're always open to doing new things.
Hey, I dug the hard drive shuffle was pretty cool. It'd be great to get a lot more people doing it. Balls Can't Crush was pretty fun.
Yes.
The balls toss is always great. Love that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, definitely. I think we need to push a lot more of those, maybe to Saturday next time. So.
Oh, yeah, and then
So-
we did the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4 Turtles in Time mystery game contest yesterday.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. It's a blast from the past.
We do have retro consoles up there, SNESs, NES. There will be an N64 next time. Was not able to get to that. In our main arcade, too.
Nice.
Y'all have any questions for us? Bracelet.
Oh, right in our photographer's face. Yeah, we are looking, if you want to help out and participate, we're looking for, more staff and volunteers, because it does take a lot of work. We put this LAN, we really started planning this LAN the week before our last LAN, because we were already like, well, when do we need to start planning our next one? And we hold meetings every Tuesday each week. No, Wednesday.
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 No wonder you haven't been to the last 5 meetings.
Oh yeah. No, every Wednesday we have a meeting in Discord that lasts an hour or two where we discuss every detail, plan it out. It's a lot of work, but it's very rewarding. It's for a good cause. I don't know if you helped load that truck full of food today. It was bursting full.
Yeah, they could barely close the doors.
Yeah.
That's nice.
They were. So next time, let's make them do a second trip.
Yeah, they can bring 2 trucks.
Yeah.
They're going to weigh it when they get it back to the food bank, and then they'll text me. But I'm hoping it's over 2,000. That was our largest one. Was in May.
Right.
We just under a ton of food. So hopefully we get over a ton this time. 'Cause that's a lot.
Yeah, it was like 10 carts worth, probably. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, we're all from QuakeCon.
Yeah, a lot of us are on staff for QuakeCon, or at least volunteers at QuakeCon for the last decade or so. And there used to be in the Dallas area. I moved here in 2004, and there used to be monthly LAN parties. And there were like 4 LAN party groups that used to hold LAN parties, but they all died up by the end of the aughts. And then there was 1 or 2 that were held here and there, but then they all kind of just died by 2014 or so. And it was just QuakeCon and DreamHack. And then some of us at QuakeCon, we were like, hey, it would be cool if we could meet up, once a year outside of QuakeCon, and hang out with our friends and play video games. So we started I think it was 2018, we started talking about it. And then after QuakeCon 2019, we really were like, let's do it. So I got with Eradicator and Skippy, and Eradicator came up with the name and the llama. We went to LANfest, just happened to have an event in Esports Stadium. It was the LANfest National LAN. We showed up there with some business cards with the llama on it, and we're like, we want to hold a LAN party. We don't have a venue or anything set up, but keep a lookout for us. And then they were like, hey, you should apply to be the Dallas chapter of LANfest. So we applied, and they accepted us, and now
We're the
fourth LAN.
best chapter?
We
I
held.
agree with that.
We did hold 3 LANs in last year when no other LANfest held any. But yeah, we had a 3-peat.
And we also had multiple LANfest chapters visit. We have LANfest Austin right here. We had 4 people from LANfest Colorado who just left a little bit ago.
Yeah.
And of course, we got Gary, who is Infernal LAN up in Seattle.
But yeah, back to your original question. Yeah, the reason we wanted to start this was just hanging out with our friends, gaming, and obviously with LANfest, we were helping out a good cause. We've helped each of our events. We've done food drives for food banks here in North Texas, and we've helped probably thousands of families now.
Yeah, the way I
Yeah.
kind of branded it when we were first talking about it was just, let's have a halfway QuakeCon. Basically, you got QuakeCon in August, July. Let's do something in January, February. It's just something that's literally splits the year, so you can double your PYOC every year. But then, COVID hit after our first event, and then QuakeCon shut down 2 years in a row. So we're like, well, let's just have some pandemic lands. So I don't know if we can sustain 2 a year once QuakeCon and DreamHack kick back up, because there's going to be a lot more competition. Not that we consider ourselves competition at all, but finding that nice sweet spot that is still a halfway LAN between those
Our
two.
niche between the two lands.
Yes, yeah, because we are aware, it costs money to get a hotel room and travel out to our LAN, and with other, QuakeCon and DreamHack, you only can afford to go to so many LANs a year, but we'll try and keep this as affordable as possible.
Yeah, hotel room rate's great here. We get a good deal on the space. They don't nickel and dime you for internet and power like most venues do. So we've found a spot we like, and we're getting close to max capacity with our current power block. If you've seen it back there under the projector, they built it for us. We might have to build a second one if we get too much bigger.
Yeah, shout out to Great Wolf Lodge. They're now partnering with other Landfish chapters because they have lodges all around the country. So I think Chicago's about to have a LAN at a Great Wolf Lodge.
Arizona too, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Minneapolis, Arizona, Chicago.
Yeah, so
You're welcome.
you're welcome, Landfest.
So we do this panel every event, was just kind of talking about making this one LAN we did. I feel like it gets less of us to talk about now that we kind of figured things out, and it's not as hair on fire. Like if you want to go back on our YouTube page and watch our first one we did, it was nuts. We had some stories because hotels were falling through, and they're like, we don't want gamers. And then I think we found Great Wolf Lodge in the last 2 weeks before the event, or something like that, a month maybe, just because I was like, let's try it, and then
Yeah.
worked
So,
out.
we didn't even know they had a conference center. It was
Yeah.
We
Like
actually
it's
have
live.
two
so yeah.
conference centers. There's one upstairs on the 3rd floor across the hotel.
Yeah, you can watch our panel from LAN Wars to talk about what we went through with LAN Wars. Because this space was sold out from underneath us from the sales rep. So we were like, oh, what do we do? And they have a 5th floor space, but we would have had to rent a generator and run the cables up the side of the building through a window. And we planned it all out. We were going to do it until the last minute. I just emailed and was like, we don't want to use the 5th floor. Can we do something else? So we ended up using just 2 quadrants of this room. So now we're back to the full space.
We did have all the vendors lined up for the generator too. We had it pretty close to contract.
Oh, the rental was in place. I had to call the guy and cancel it. Luckily, there was no cancellation fees or anything. But yeah, it would have been interesting. But
I don't want to throw a pin out there, so I'm just going to do that.
This is awkward.
Nobody wants it. I think we're all too tired. We're just on fumes up
yeah,
here.
and then we still got to pack this thing up here in 2 hours
He's
and
done it.
load everything into our U-Haul and drive it over to our storage unit.
Yeah, we upgraded our U-Haul this year because we needed a 15-footer because we got couches and chairs with us.
We have 3 couches for the LAN for the future events now.
Lessons learned with the couches: put a sign that says no sleeping.
Correct.
I was in the knock and I just hear snoring. I was like, what is that coming from?
Well, it was
Just
coming
over
from
there.
you because you literally passed out
Yeah.
last night.
Hey, I'm an old man. I am a father. I can't stay up past 11 o'clock. It's not hard.
We will wake up Eradicator next event with a nice surprise. And anybody else that sleeps in the BYOC, we will be woken up with a pleasant surprise.
Any other questions? Yeah. Personally, I've been volunteering at QuakeCon since 2011, and then I've been on the senior staff. Oh yeah, sorry. The question was, what experience do we have running events or LAN parties? Yeah, like I said, I've been a volunteer at QuakeCon since 2011. Been on the senior staff since 2018 at QuakeCon.
I have no experience running LANs.
You run a fake news network.
Oh, that's true. Multiple.
Yeah, Eradicator. He runs. There's a parody news network called the QuakeCon News Network, and that's how we found him. So I also run the QuakeCon forums that were started in 2011 when Bethesda shut down the official QuakeCon forums. So I partnered with Eradicator a few years back, and that's when he started doing his parody news about QuakeCon. We started working. I don't know how did we find you, Lion?
I'm a spy. Oh, anyways.
From Bethesda.
No, I started going to QuakeCon in 2015. I heard about this LAN through some other sources. Decided to come to the first one. My first event wasn't really staff member. I joined as a volunteer doing reg desk with LANallNIGHT, and eventually made myself into staff, and now I'm a director within the event. But I've been part of a couple different LAN Fest events. St. Louis, Laclete's LAN is one of the first ones I got into. I'm going to the Chicago one next month, so I'm moving to Chicago pretty soon. And then QuakeCon and LANallNIGHT are my two other babies.
I remember the first event when he was volunteering. I told Neg, I was like, we should probably get him on staff. He's working really hard. And he went to 26 Home Depots last year, so thank you.
No, that was this
Worked
year.
out.
This year since July.
But no, I don't have any technical experience with LANs other than attending them. I'm just a marketing guy, marketing PR. So
Yeah, from the technical side at QuakeCon, I started, with the Crimp Nation, where we just crimp all the cables. And then, I met Hailstorm, who's our network guru. Yeah, he's not here, but he was running one of the more senior networking teams at QuakeCon. Worked my way up there, and now the last two in-person QuakeCons, I was the power and cooling lead, liaisoning with the Gaylord staff to make sure we don't have any power outages and the BYOC.
pretty sure
stays
you had a
cold.
fire last year, didn't you? At or the last QuakeCon, DoomCon.
Yes, yeah, they did there's halls A through F at the Gaylord, and the hall C, the air conditioner on the roof caught on fire the night before the LAN started. So hall C was really hot that year because the AC of one of the blowers for that hall was down, and everyone was complaining it was hot. All the other three halls were cool. I was like, well. And to replace that, they would have to rent a crane and crane another unit onto the roof, which they can't do in a day's notice. So we just had to deal with it.
I remember the literal hallways were really cold that year too. Were they like working overtime on the other AC units in the building?
Oh, so this is not related to our LAN, but yeah, QuakeCon, the Gaylord's, the whole AC system for the Gaylord is all tied together. So if they lower the temperature in the BYOC halls to literally it's coming out of the vents at like 58 degrees, it cools everything in the hotel down. So they have the hallways get super cold. I know the electrician teams, they get complaints from their garden, because if you go to the Gaylord, they have this huge indoor atrium with tropical plants. And the gardeners were complaining because the plants were starting to wilt and stuff by the last day of QuakeCon, because it gets the atrium temperature drops. So hopefully we don't kill any plants or anything. But
Is everybody digging the temperature in here? Huh?
Ooh, I don't know what it's set to. I know it was a little warm in here Thursday. So on Friday morning, I asked the hotel lady if she could turn down a couple degrees, and she's like, I told them to turn down 10 degrees. So whatever it was at, it got 10 degrees cooler. I know on this side of the room it's really cold, especially I'm right under a vent.
I'm shivering right now.
Yeah, I know it was a little toasty back there, but
I'm nice and cozy, to be honest here.
But we try and keep it cool, because when it gets warm in here with 200 people, you get the stink.
It
and
smells.
We
Let's
try
be
and
honest, it smells.
keep you guys from sweating. Any other questions, comments?
Chris, you may ask something now. A sarcastic.
I do want to give a big shout out and thanks to Chris, Kyle, Justin for coming out from LANFest National and doing our Twitch stream and all these cameras, all our video production. They're all responsible for it. So thank you. Without them.
So yeah, let's wrap this up. Just one more thank to our sponsors.
Yes.
Here's the LANFest sponsors. Take a good look.
Big shout out to Intel,
Blends in a little bit in
ViewSonic,
Discord.
Fan AI, Antlion Audio, Azus, Be Quiet, Cooler Master, Cyberworks, Discord, FSP, HyperX, Viper Gaming by Patriot, Raw Fury, Razer, Seattle Gunman Company, Steel Series, Supermicro, System in Place. That was it? Yeah. Desaro, Thermal Take, Tunani, Zalman, Zotac Gaming.
And of course, our local sponsors. You can see these. I'm sure some of you won these prizes. Special thanks to Glorious PC Gaming Race. They were great. They donated the keyboards for to winning the keyboard assembly contest.
Yeah, they're local. They're up in McKinney.
Oh,
So they're a local Dallas Fort Worth company.
maybe they'll be back again.
Definitely check them out. Their products are available at Micro Center.
And of course, Andrew, he brought a ton of computer parts that he's giving to the LAN to use. And I think we gave away a PC of his as well, so thanks to him.
he's
A full PC. He's also donated a future LAN cache for next LAN party.
Yeah, he's gonna try and build us another system. He said so.
Oh, sweet.
For next LAN.
Maybe we'll have another system to give away next line.
If there was a person more generous than Lion, it might be Andrew.
Yeah.
And of course, our vendors who are out there: Handmade Fallout, V1 Tech, Blue Gear Games, and then our local co-op that was selling some stuff. Thanks so much. This is the first time that we've really ever done vendors, just because we don't have a ton of space for it. If we ever just exploded in vendors, we have that very long, big hallway that they've said events have used for vendor space before. We'd probably just have to beef up security to make sure they can leave that stuff
Yeah,
overnight.
this is the first time I have 4 big vendors on the hallway. Our co-op, Handmade Fallout, V1 Tech, and Blue Gear Games.
Yeah, if you guys like the idea of vendors and would like to see more, let us know. Because some of those national LANFest sponsors, once COVID's definitely over, we might be able to get, some of those big sponsors to actually come out and do booths and stuff and show off their products.
Yep. Another special thanks to Goliath Games. I don't know if you've met Michelle over there in tabletop, but they love us. They're giving us games every event. They're adding to the raffles. They're doing panels. They're great. So big shout out to them.
Also local Dallas Fort Worth
Yeah,
company.
yeah. And they're looking for kids too right now to play test games. So if you got kids or you know some kids, go talk to Michelle and she'll get them signed up.
And they're also playtesting an adult murder mystery game now.
Oh, really?
Coming up next
Okay.
week.
They have a lot of good games for all age groups. So they're
All right. Thanks to Carter Blood Care for coming and taking your blood from you. Hopefully you gave. I didn't get any stats on how many they had. Normally they give us a card or something.
they did about 13 total.
13?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Their goal is 13. They hit the goal, from what I heard. I was
good.
one of the last 2 or 3 people going in.
Wonder how much donations it takes to fill up a person.
I think it's about three donations.
For just 3 donations, it fill of a whole person.
I don't think. I mean,
No.
for average, for like medical purposes and stuff like that.
Okay.
If they need blood and
I'm gonna fire up the VPN and search it.
And then big thanks to DFW Gaming Village, Tori and Travis.
Tori and Matt.
Yeah, they run our
Yeah,
tabletop area. We could not do
And
tabletop
then
without
this year
them.
they also had their friends with DFW RPG come out and run some RPG games. If you enjoyed that, let us know, and we'll try and get them out next time.
Yeah, and then lastly, thank you to the staff and volunteers. This is a picture from LAN Wars in May. Yeah, we couldn't do it without those guys because my back really hurts.
Yeah, if you we'll need help here in about an hour and a half once we.
This was all
Tear
just a
down.
recruiting tool for
So
just tear down.
If you can stay around for an hour or so after the event ends and help us pack all this up, that would be very helpful. 'Cause
Yeah,
I'm
we'll
tired.
We'll also order pizza for anybody who sticks around and helps tear down. We'll order a bunch of pizzas so we can feed people.
But yeah, thanks. So we'll see you in April.
See you April 8th. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.